Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Guyana just flipped the switch on a nationwide biometric ID system. Every citizen and every non-citizen resident will carry a card embedded with their fingerprints and facial recognition data. And if you're a private investigator trying to verify someone's identity, you can't touch any of it. That gap matters whether you've ever thought about biometrics or not. If you've ever shown a driver's license at a bank, handed over a passport at an airport, or unlocked your phone with your face, your biometric data is already sitting in someone's system. The question is who gets to use it and who doesn't. Guyana's Digital Identity Card Act took effect this week, after Prime Minister Mark Phillips confirmed the legislation went live on Tuesday. It's not an isolated move. Sri Lanka expects to finish rolling out its own national biometric ID by the end of this year, a program that's been in development since 2012. The EU set a December 2026 deadline for member states to deploy digital identity wallets. South Africa's tax authority launched a program to issue biometric identities to every taxpayer, using facial recognition and fingerprints to lock down tax filings. Governments around the world are building what amount to digital fortresses around identity data. So who's standing outside the walls? Start with one investigator trying to confirm that a person is who they claim to be. Maybe it's a fraud case. Maybe it's a missing person. That investigator cannot access NCIC Record S, the National Crime Information Center, because that database is restricted exclusively to law enforcement and criminal justice agencies. That's not new. What is new is the scale of what's being built on the other side of that wall. Every one of these national ID cards carries enterprise-grade encryption, multi-factor biometric data, and strict legal frameworks governing who can access what. Guyana paired its rollout with a Data Protection Act that sets penalties for misuse. That kind of oversight is genuinely important. It protects people. But it also means the access rules are designed by governments, for governments. And the people who fall outside that circle, licensed investigators, compliance professionals, even defense attorneys, are left assembling identity evidence from a patchwork of third-party databases and manual legwork. Now zoom out from that single investigator to the global picture. 4 major biometric ID programs are scaling simultaneously across 4 continents in 2026 alone. Malta is building a national wallet app under the EU's Shared Digital Identity Framework. South Africa is tying biometric identity directly to tax compliance, meaning your face and fingerprints become part of your financial record. These aren't pilot programs anymore. They're infrastructure. And that infrastructure applies to non-citizens too. In Guyana, anyone holding a residency card will carry the same biometric security features as a citizen. That's a significant detail for anyone doing cross-border investigations or background checks on foreign nationals. So what tools do investigators actually have? Most rely on commercial databases, services that pull together public record S, court filings, and data broker information into searchable platforms. They're expensive and they're fragmented. One database might have an address history. Another might have a criminal record from a single jurisdiction. None of them carry government-grade biometric verification. For the average person, this means the investigator your attorney hires, Or the one running a background check before your kid's new coach starts work is operating with tools originally built for bank fraud departments, not for case-by-case identity confirmation. And the restriction isn't without reason. There are documented cases of rogue investigators obtaining private data through phone hacking, pretexting, and outright identity theft to break into government and police databases. That history is exactly why governments keep tightening the perimeter. The problem is that locking out bad actors also locks out legitimate ones, professionals whose entire reputation depends on accuracy and staying inside the law. The gap between government biometric systems and private investigative tools isn't a bug. It's a deliberate architectural choice. Governments didn't forget to include investigators. They decided not to. Governments on 4 continents are rolling out biometric identity systems that use your face and fingerprints to prove who you are. Licensed investigators, the people hired to verify identities for legal cases, fraud claims, and background checks, have zero access to any of it. They're stuck stitching together answers from commercial databases that were never designed for this job. Whether you carry a badge or just carry a phone with your face stored on it, the rules about who gets to confirm identity are being rewritten right now, and most of us weren't asked. The full story is in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.